Hey everyone, this is Brett Mix for Macho Wrestling 101. Please subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it. If you like wrestling videos, we pump them out daily. Classic wrestling like this. Plus, I stick today's stuff. Today we're coming at you with WrestleMania X7 in chronological order of all the WrestleManias. Needless to say, I'm excited about talking about this one, just as I was excited about watching it when I rewatched it. This is easily one of the best pay-per-views of all time. This is arguably the greatest WrestleMania of all time. And was everything perfect on the event? No, not by any means. But there isn't an event that's not perfect. You can't find one. But there's something about this event with the Houston Astrodome, with the theme My Way, with it happening right at the end, the peak of the Attitude Era. There was just something about the event that was magical, and it made sure that every match on it wasn't boring. It made sure it was different. There was a diversity in matches. Just if you wanted mat wrestling, they had it. If you wanted hardcore wrestling, they had it. If you want ladies wrestling, they had it. If you want men's wrestling, they had it. If you wanted no disqualification main event, they had it. You want a brawl that goes around the arena, or a hardcore match that goes around with the golf cart, they had those. If you want TLC matches, if you want father versus son, it's just Angle Benoit. It's fast and to the point. Jericho Regal, RTC APA. Pretty much did the review already. I want to take a closer look. Jericho and Regal we'll start with, okay? For the Intercontinental title, Jericho is the champion and Regal is the commissioner. Like the little video package they played during Regal's entrance, and they showed why Regal had why he had a gripe, and then they talked about Jericho's left injured shoulder, which would be the main focus of Regal in this opener. He made sure that he was versatile with his offensive instincts when he went to go injure the torn shoulder of Jericho. The Regal stretch obviously would help tear the ligaments apart, and Jericho and actually chop back, and you could see the chop marks on Regal's white chest. But each time Jericho got going, Regal would just send Jericho into the rolling to the pin, the turnbuckle hold post, I should say. I don't know why I said the pin. It's late right now while I'm doing this review, but I still want to get this done because it's a great WrestleMania. Jericho ended up getting the win, though, when he hit a lion salt off the corner of the ring, still selling the elbow at 7:08. So Jericho retained the title. A good opener, nice strategic wrestling. Taz then in the APA and Bradshaw cut a great promo before the match, getting people pumped up for Houston's WrestleMania. They put away the RTC at 3:53. There was no boring wrestling here. It was only 4 minutes, and the right people won. I gave that match 2 stars. Kane, Raven, and the Big Show in a hardcore title triple threat match. Raven came in the champion. Kane walked out the champion. Kane with a big, huge jump off the stage into the glass area, circle or square. This square little compartment that was covered by glass. Kane jumped on it, and the flying elbow or leg, one of the two, and I don't think it was a flying clothesline. I just watched it and I can't remember what Kane's move was. Either a diving elbow, a flying clothesline, or a leg drop. I think it's the flying clothesline or the elbow. Nonetheless, he covered them and he became the new hardcore champion at 9:18. They also had spots where they were thrown through the wall, through the glass. Raven driving a golf cart didn't mean to crash into the wall or hit somebody's leg almost. So I gave this match 2.5 stars because it was wild and it was fun. It produced a new champion and the offense was innovative. Eddie Guerrero versus Test for a Test European title. Perry Saturn's in Eddie's corner. Don't ask me what's on his head. This match was actually very good. It's 3.5 stars. Dean Malenko and Saturn helped Eddie Guerrero become the European champion after Test got blindsided by the Radicals, the remaining Radicals anyway. Eddie gets on top and steals the European title with the help of the Radicals at 8:30. Dean Malenko interrupted the initial account. Eddie got the belt from behind and from Saturn, and he nailed Test with it. and Eddie stole that championship. Solid wrestling, great booking, no sympathy ratings since both men are deceased. I don't just rate matches what are like higher than they should be just because that wrestler is deceased. This match was just that good. I rate it 3.5 stars. It's actually a sleeper, and what I mean by that is they sleep on it. They don't really recognize it because the show was so great. They don't really remember. Oh yeah, that underrated Test Eddie Guerrero match. If the crowd wasn't so dead, it'd be a lot better. It would have been received a lot better. But the match still rocks for a match that many think is just a standard wrestling match. No, it's actually pretty good. Same with that Jericho Regal opener. People look at it as like, oh, it's just an opener and let's get to the card. But no, it was actually an awesome match with great psychology. Next we got, speaking of psychology, we got Benoit versus Angle, a technician showdown between two guys that control amateur holds. Benoit trained in the dungeon, Angle Olympic gold medalist. Both guys, it looked like a shoot for the first 7 sequences when they went into rollovers and side headlock takeovers with leg scissors, and then another side headlock takeover into a hammerlock, into a front face lock, into an armbar, back into a front face lock, and then they'd separate. The crowd would cheer, which is interesting because it's an Attitude Era crowd. Usually these guys weren't known for their technical work, and the crowd wasn't known for applauding technical work, but they had to here because these guys like sprinted with these counter wrestling holds, these amateur holds inside the ring. It's great to see the crowd appreciate that kind of stuff. Angle's so versatile in the ring, though. Even Heyman says he can brawl, he can wrestle, he can brawl. Kurt Angle can do it all. Benoit and Angle run into the referee. Angle has got the crossface on him, but the official's out, and Benoit goes up to him and goes, "Come on, ref! What the hell's the matter with you?" That's what he says so many times, says Benoit. Benoit hit a low blow, attempting waist lock, but now Benoit's down as Angle hit the low blow. Angle rolled Benoit over from his side in a unique fashion and got the 3 count. Ross claims he pulled the tights. Either way, it was an impressive, and he's a heel. In the end, at 14:02, Kurt Angle defeated Benoit when rolling him up by the tights. The match is incredible. It gets better with each viewing, and I love the pacing of it. If they got more time, this could have been an all-time classic, but it's still a classic. I give it 4 stars. Next match is China versus Ivory. I really don't even want to review it. I hated the feud. They just 15 months after King runs to the ring for Owen Hart, they do that for Ivory. For China at the Rumble in 01. I can't get into this one. It's just at 2:39, China became the champion. Next match is Shane versus Vince, and the thing about this made it great is nobody had any expectations. Shane and Vince, with the WCW alumni watching from the press box, Shane, their new owner at the time, took it to Vince. These two, no one really expected much other than a fight, but then the weapons got involved, and then Trish got involved, McFoley got involved, Linda got involved. Trish turned on Vince. Trish didn't sedate Linda because Linda then turned on Vince. Not that she was on Vince's side, but to begin with. But when she stood up, the plan came to fruition, as we saw. Linda was not sedated. Trish turned on Vince and didn't sedate Linda, even though she said she did. And Mick Foley came back after a chair shot to the head by McMahon, and Foley broke away. Stephanie and Trish would brawl away. Shane McMahon then takes a trash can and drop kicks it from the one end of the ring to the other to pin Vince after that. Shane and his mom are reconciled, and they lift each other's arms in victory. I give this match 3.5 stars. The moments in time were just amazing, and it's one of the reasons this is a great WrestleMania. The second half of the WrestleMania really picks up steam, especially with this next match. The Dudleys, Edge and Christian, and the Hardys in TLC 2. This could be known as the third TLC, but the first one didn't get called TLC from WrestleMania 2000. The first TLC, they say, was SummerSlam 2000. So, this would be number 2. TLC 3 would be on SmackDown later in the 01 year, I believe May or June. I can't recount every single double team. They did a double team into a chair. They used the ladder on everybody with cross bodies. Jeff hit a swanton bomb in front of the ring to Spike. Spike, Rhino, and Lita, all for their teams, came out to help. Tornado DDTs into tables. Lita with the Hurricane Rana, stripped, and then she got 3D'd. Matt Hardy and Bubba Ray Dudley climbed to the top of the giant ladder and you're pushed, and then they go through 4 tables each. Edge spears Jeff Hardy off the top of the giant ladder to the ground. Rhino helped Edge and Christian win the titles at 15:53, and just another classic. I give 4.5 stars. The Gimmick Battle Royal: Kimchi, Cornette, Iron Sheik, Hillbilly Jim, One Man Gang, Michael Hayes, Sergeant Slaughter, the Gooker, Brother Love, Earthquake, the Goon, Tugboat, the Bushwhackers, Duke Drosy, Doink McClown, and Nikolai Volkov. It came down to Hillbilly Jim, it came down to Iron Sheik and Sergeant Slaughter, and Hillbilly Jim was the third last person. Sergeant Slaughter threw out Brother Love, and then Hillbilly Jim next. The Iron Sheik then throws out the Slaughter. The Iron Sheik throws out Slaughter at 3:05, and Sheik has won the Battle Royal. Heenan and Mean Gene on commentary were the main parts of that match that rocked. Now you got one of the best Attitude Era brawls at WrestleMania 2. Not WrestleMania 2, but WrestleMania 2 as well. At this event too as well, and the meaning of as well, not the number. Undertaker took on Triple H, and yeah, the brawl from inside the ring to outside in the crowd to that platform they had, all the way back to the ring. It was just a big time war, a bloody war, and a big time brawl. It's fun to go back and watch. Triple H looked like he was going to end the streak, and they talked about the streak in this match. I remember them talking about the streak lightly back to WrestleMania 15, 2 years before this with Boss Man. Don't rewatch that match. But, yeah. In the end, The Undertaker ultimately countered the corner shots by H, who was in this position before and hit a sledgehammer shot on Taker. We thought that might have been it for The Undertaker, but no. There was a kick out. And the kick out happened by The Undertaker, and then he got Triple H in that corner again, and he lifted up the tights and hit him with the last ride. We get a win, and a bloody Undertaker is 9-0. That's an Attitude Era classic brawl if I've ever seen one. 4 stars. Now we get the main event, Austin and The Rock. Such build with the My Way, such build with the pre-match promos, the promos from the few weeks before it, the rivalry with the few weeks before it. This has got to be one of the best entrances Austin's ever had. It's the Disturbed theme. He's coming out of WrestleMania for the first time in 2 years. It's his home state. He's wrestling for the title against The Rock in the main event of WrestleMania. He has a bad motherfucker taped to his thing, and he's still foreshadowing what's going to happen later in the night with his facial expression and his body language. He's just stone cold Steve Austin. He's that cool. So he's that good. The fans were around 65-35 for Austin, probably 70-30 closer. These guys did everything in this match. False finishes at a time when false finishes were everywhere. This is awesome. No, at a time when things were actually awesome, and that chant didn't have to happen. These false finishes were just over the top because at the time they didn't happen as much. The whole match flowed so much better than WrestleMania 15 and 19. I can't believe how good of a job they did. Really. I rate it 4 stars and 3/4 as McMahon helps Austin to get the victory. At 28:06, I believe it was. 28:06, yep. Austin's a new WWF champion. I give the match 4 stars and 3/4. Vince and Austin are together. Final rating for WrestleMania X7, I used to rate it 10 out of 10. Looking back at my notes when I reviewed it, it was 10 out of 10. Now I'm going to give it 9.5 out of 10 because if you're 10 out of 10, that means everything was perfect. And it might as well have been because even the shit matches were short to the point, and everything here basically everyone here basically brought their gay game and A game, and this is probably the best WrestleMania since WrestleMania 3, and probably the best WrestleMania of ever. And Austin and The Rock's main event are a big part of that. So if you want to watch WrestleMania 18 review tomorrow, stay tuned to this channel. Thank you for joining me with the WrestleMania 17 review. I'm Macho Wrestling 101. Macho Wrestling 101. I'm tongue-tied right now. I'm still saying this stuff later into the night. So yeah, tune into the next WrestleMania review. I'm Brett Mix from Macho Wrestling 101. Hit like and subscribe. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys then. Brett Mix, I'm out.